Welcome to the Not Superheroes Just Dads podcast. No, we can't fly. No, we can't shoot lasers or pick up giant buildings. But what we can do is help set the foundations for our families, be presents for our kids, and combat generational cycles. On this podcast, we dive into everything dad related, from struggles we deal with as fathers to what our favorite thing to barbecue is. Hello, my name is Sean Laurie, and I'm joined by Shy's very own Lamar Drake. How you doing, my guy?
My guy, what's to it? Another
Hey,
day,
man.
another
Yeah.
day. Let's do this.
Hey man, I have to ask you, of course. We cannot start y'all without me asking you, what did you think about the fight? If y'all didn't know, it was a huge fight with Crawford and Spence. My boy Crawford won. A lot of people was mad about Spence, but just real quick, man, we got to dive into that for a second. What was your thoughts on that?
Well, me, I'm Team Spence, but I like Bud as well.
Okay.
I love the way both of them fight, but me, I'm loyal to the soil. So my old college roommate is Earl Spence. Man, he was actually in the ring, bro, with a white shirt, black bow tie, bro. And I was watching the fight and I was tripping. I said, "Look at bro, man." But yeah, I'm so because of him talking about Earl and him being his homie is like I'm naturally like, I'm vibing with Earl because of my man. But from the fights that I've been watching since I've got into him, it's like, oh, I'm a fan. But also, I like Bud. I'm a fan of Bud. So it was like, hey,
Yeah.
it was just an opinion, but everybody could have said who
Yeah.
we thought
Everybody.
was gonna
Yeah.
win. But Bud put on a masterclass performance, man. And if you an
Man.
honest man and a realist, I'm a realist, bro. Like I'm used to Earl doing that to people. I see Bud knock people out. He did what Earl do to people on Earl. Like the
Yeah.
fight should have got called in a seventh round if it was me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on,
Yeah.
Derek, what you Derek saying? But I feel it. Earl a champion, bro. He took his L like a man, took it on the chin. What he say? Let's run it back if you want to run it back. But
Yeah.
we shall see, man. Bud did his thing, man. So hats off to
Yeah.
Bud, bro.
Yeah.
Hats off to Bud, bro. He did his thing.
No, I agree, man. That was amazing. I just felt like you said clinic, man. It was a special performance. I honestly felt like Bud could have been knocked him out, to be honest.
Yeah,
But I felt
he
like
cut him slack,
he respected Spence. Like, you know what I mean? They both great fighters, and he had that much respect for him. Because at times I'm like, wait, why is he not applying that pressure?
bro. He cut him some slack. He gave the man some dap after he knocked him out, bro. And he could have like, bro. He's like, I'm telling you, I like both of them. And
Yeah.
I know somebody connected with Bud, bro. So it's like I could call
Mm,
him right now. Have my homie Adrian gonna talk about Earl. I can call his name Buddy. I can call Buddy, and he gonna talk about Bud the same way. So it's like I really was just like, boom, I'm rocking with both of them. But tonight I'm gonna pick Earl. But man, Bud put on a masterclass performance. And
yeah.
think about it. The fight was over if it was a regular rule. They had a no three rule knockout. Bro got knocked down 5 times. I'm telling you, I ain't never seen my boy look like that. But at the same time, it's
Yeah.
like when in my head, I don't take losses. I learn lessons. So I know that's how he coming, bro. So I mean,
Yeah.
if they fight again, I guarantee it's probably going to be a different performance because Earl has to change some things up. Like Bud,
Oh yeah.
all Bud is a switch. He's unorthodox and he fight orthodox, so he can fight two different ways. Earl is
Yeah.
coming one way, bro. He's been fighting this way for 10, 15 years. He's going to hit the body. He's going to attack your body, attack your face. When you know that, it's like LeBron James, bro. Everybody know what LeBron gonna do on that basketball court. So he
Yeah.
may be a little bit more easier to guard, even though he ain't easy to guard, but he's easier to guard than somebody like Steph Curry. This man can hit the three. He could create off the handle. He could get an
Yeah.
assist. Like he can do a lot, and he's moving. He running 20 miles a game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Facts. Facts.
them different fighters, bro. Like
Yeah.
yeah, everybody would just like it'll be a good match. Anytime LeBron and Steph in the final, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah, that's
it's kind of
facts.
like
That's
that
fact.
modern age and then old age.
Yeah.
It's like Bird and Magic, bro. One of them got to
Yeah.
lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just
Nah, that's
wait,
facts, bro.
Terrence did that though, bro. He did that, bro.
Yeah.
My man probably looking like Martin right now. Real talk from Tommy Hearns, bro. He probably looking like Martin, bro.
Nah,
But
that's
I like
facts,
how he
bro.
took it on the chin, man.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. But yeah, y'all, again, y'all, we had to talk about it. I'm sure y'all enjoyed it too. hopefully y'all didn't lose too much money. I know some people lost some money from it,
Be a
but
fool if he betted on that.
but today, y'all, we wanted to dive into basically just raising your kids in an unconventional way. And what I mean by that, so let me break that down for you first. So conventional is based on or according to what is generally done out of certain beliefs, right? And then unconditional is not based on or conforming to what is generally done or believed. So with that being said, growing up there was a certain way we were taught, right? Taught as men when it came to raising a household, right? Working 9 to 5, um, always making sure that you got to be the breadwinner, right? Like no one else can make more money than you. They got to kind of just shut up and listen to what you're saying, right? That's how we kind of grew up. And I guess my question to you, bro, is like, is that something that eh, is that something that you was taught? I mean, we was similar where we didn't necessarily, or you didn't at all have your dad in your household. Mine was inconsistent. So, is it one of those things for you? Is that what you, or is that what you saw? Where hey, work 9 to 5, take care of your family, be the breadwinner. Like, what did that look like for you, bro?
Well, like you said, for me, I really wasn't taught hands on. I learned like where I grew up. It was my mom. We had a building, so my grandma was there too. So they way is like love and nourishing, but them women, I ain't had no men that was trying to really show me something besides my uncle Lance. But at the same time, he got his own kids. He got my
Yeah.
auntie, that's his wife, and they live in the suburbs where I live in the city. So Unc can only
Mm,
give me so much. So in my neighborhood, man, you know what's going on in the city. You got drug dealers and all that stuff. So I pretty much wasn't really looking at none of them, gravitating to none of them. I would always try to look at people that got like family, bro. Like I grew up in the church, so it's a couple of my close friends that had a mom and dad at the crib, whether it was real dad or stepfather. And then it was a point in time my mom was married too, bro, and I had a stepfather, but I definitely wasn't looking at the way he was moving, bro. And they
got
divorced now, so it
you.
was a
Yeah.
reason why maybe back then I didn't know, but it was like, dang, I really just don't rock with this. Like, I'm active in sports and everything. He not coming to none of the
Nothing.
games, nothing. So it was
Yeah.
like not me and my sister. He wasn't concerned with my mom. So I didn't really
Mm,
have that close to me. But while he worked hard. He went to work 9 to 5. He was a lawyer. But it was things that he did outside of that job. It was like, bro, goofy. You know what I'm saying? He doing all
yeah.
this. Like, if I'm looking at him, trying to imitate him, it's not going to be right. You know what I'm saying? Because he
Yeah.
ain't living
Yeah.
his truth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So I
yeah.
like looking at people who live their truth. So I like my uncle would be the closest man to that aspect of things, bro. Uh, a family man. He's a God fearing man. He gives more than he receives. You know, he's the pillar of he's one of the pillars of our family, bro. Like, and he married my auntie, so I know my mom appreciate him, my grandma, my auntie for sure, his kids, and you could tell. So I will always look at them. So I kind of try to emulate my thing like after him a little bit, but
Yeah.
I got my own, so
Yeah.
I'm not him, so but I
Yeah.
I love the way he was all about family, but he helped an amount of kids, like a huge number of kids, bro. You got cuz my cousin plays sports as well, so Unc got a lot of people that call him Pops too, so
Yeah.
now I look at the road we in, my wife, we kind of like in the same kind of boat. Like I found myself helping a lot of kids, which is cool though. I'm not tripping on it at all. It kind of making me feel better, that much better of a man. And I'm already handling the crib, whereas like not handling the crib. Like right now, yeah, my wife probably make a little more money than me from her job, but I hustle to get extra. So whether I'm driving Uber, Lyft, or I'm going to work out some people or something, like I'm going to make my work job, my work compensation, but I'm also going to get extra earnings from extra sources of income. So
Yeah.
that's what I've learned from my uncle too. Like, yeah, he's like big businessman. Like I didn't see him had McDonald's, 10, 12 McDonald's, flip them to trucks, you know. But he started
Yeah.
off working at Pizza Hut. Then he moved from Pizza Hut to this. Like, then he did this and this. Always was in the church, always did the family thing, but he always was on the go. So it's like, right now, I'm looking at myself, I'm on the go 24/7, bro. So I have to kind of channel it into what's the word I'm looking for? I have to kind of channel it and make it so it's not so much spread out. Like I'm trying
Right.
to right now. I don't want I don't want to trade my time for money. If that makes sense, I would
Yeah.
rather
Yeah.
I would rather get to that mailbox money. So that's what I'm aiming for right now instead of putting a lot of time in
Yeah.
and losing myself. So I mean, if I would say if somebody I was looking up to, that this is my uncle. So I mean,
That's dope
and I
though.
do feel like I'm kind of emulating him a little bit,
A little
but
bit.
not to the same extent, but just a little bit because that's the only thing I saw that was
Mm.
close to me like that, you know. So
That's dope, bro. You actually answered both too, because I was gonna ask you too was some of the stuff you align with what you do in your household now. Which you said you took some of those things, you know what I mean, and applied it to your family, which is dope. Because yeah, for me, you know, like I said, I had stepfathers, didn't work out. My like there was no consistent male figure probably besides my grandpa. So I used to watch what he did, and honestly, I'll be honest with you too. A lot of it in what I saw from the Cosby shows, right? What's his
that's
name?
Bill
What's it?
Cosby.
Bill Cosby, right?
You
Like
got
he was
Bill
like he was an amazing dad. Phil, right? Even I didn't like him as much, but Winslow,
Urkel.
yes,
Urkel,
right.
yeah, I knew you was talking
So,
about Urkel. Yeah,
so
fact.
all of them, you know what I mean? And I was like, man, this is dope. Like to have a dad that really, you know, cares for you, but at the same time can be hard on you, right? And oddly enough, those characters, right, inspired me as well. Like, man, this is the type of dad I would love to be, right? And obviously, I didn't take like their things as far as what they did, their different situations, but as far as making sure I'm a present father, making sure that I'm uh, uh, being better when it comes to showing affection to my wife and things like that. You know, I think that definitely has helped me and influenced me, and obviously seeing my grandfather too, and seeing the way he moved. You know, I think that definitely helped me align certain things when it came to my household. You know what I mean? And so I'm very big on affirmations.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Because that's the other thing. So what helped me align some of the things for my household is the things that I felt like I lacked,
Mm,
right?
that's yeah.
And it has nothing to do with my mom did the best she could. My dad's situation was his situation. I get it. No one's perfect. But the things that I felt like I lacked in the way that I am now, right? Isn't the person I was when I was younger. You know what I mean? And I had to learn certain things. So I'm like, man, if I can instill certain habits, if I can instill certain mindsets in my kids now, they're going to be way more successful than me. You know, and that's what's big for me. Like for me, like you talked about sports. Like I remember, I did track, I did basketball. I long story short, the coach was tripping because I didn't go to the summer camp or whatever, the summer practice. I was like, no, bump that. I didn't go. Everyone was telling me to try out again, but I didn't because I felt like I wasn't good enough.
Mm,
And the reason why I felt like I wasn't good enough because at the time I didn't see my dad like that. So my dad would make sure he would go to my brother's stuff, but not to my stuff, right? And so I at that time felt like I always felt like the black sheep, to be honest with you, right? And so I'm like, man, what if I mentally was strong enough to understand, no, I am valuable. If I was mentally strong enough to understand, no, you know what, like as long as I try my best, that's all that matters. My family's gonna support it. My family's gonna love me, right? And at times I got in my head, like I said, it was strictly me. But that's why I'm so conscious to make sure my kids understand how important they are. And as long as you try your best, you're going to get better,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's levels of it, right? There's levels. Now, you know, you could practice. We do basketball, right? We help kids with basketball. Okay, we can help kids with basketball. Maybe you won't make the NBA, but hey, you get a scholarship. That's an accomplishment in itself. Maybe it's not D1, but it's D2. Maybe it's not D2, but it's D3. You know what I mean? Maybe you get to try out for the G League. Like, there's so many different levels of success, but we view it as, oh, it has to look strictly like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And because we get stuck in this mindset where success strictly looks like this, we'll check out. Instead of understanding, like, man, no, there's so much that could come from this. Oh, because of, I'm using basketball again, but because I really did well in basketball, I made these relationships, right? And because they saw how I was rocking, as I got older, hey, I got an opportunity to coach, right? I got an opportunity to do some scouting, right? It's different, but again, we at times just think like success only looks like this. And so for me, I made sure to make sure my household understands that, hey, success comes in all different forms, and that's okay. And regardless, mom and dad is going to be proud of you. You know what I mean? Now, I want to ask you too, like, have you been? I guess because we're talking about, like, conventional, unconventional. So has there been something you've done, like you said, hey, right now there's times where I have to do other things just to make sure the family's good. But have you had to make certain moves that was the best move for you and your family, but you ever got, like, I guess, pushback from it? Not necessarily from family, maybe friends, maybe random people. Or was it one of those things, no matter what your moves was, everyone kind of was like, hey, yeah, that's the move you should make.
Man, and look, one thing about me, it be a lot of people trying to tell me what I should do. I don't let
Mm,
none of that. I do what I know I should do, and I
yeah.
take my signs from the man upstairs. So, man, yeah, I
Mm,
done been in Chicago with my wife, and she didn't agree with it, even though she wanted to
yeah.
move, and she came back here. I stayed there. I done did that, done that, bro. I've been there, done that. Yeah, it's been a lot of times, but man, I don't get so much caught up into what people thinking about me, bro, because I
Mm,
know I have purpose. I go off feelings, vibes, emotions, bro. So I ain't really tripping on what nobody talking about because, like you said, I'm only concerned about the Drake household, bro. In all honesty, bro, if it's not my wife and my son, bro, yeah, I love everybody and I care for other people, but it's like you can't save the world if you don't save you and yours first. You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
I try to be locked in with that, and then everything else fall into place, man. I give more than I receive, and that's with anybody, bro. I'm a natural giver, but that comes from being raised by a woman, so the
Yeah.
nourishment and the love inside that come from that. But watching my uncle moving around, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna give off love and I'm gonna keep it moving because I know my time, my time already arrived, But like you said, we have to be like, bro, you got to be like so locked in where you can't really see nobody, bro. So I'm getting like super tunnel vision. I'm getting like super tunnel vision, bro. I'm locked in with this pod. I'm locked in on this coaching, bro. So and I've been
Yeah.
feeling like it's purpose. Like, and I can go get any. I got degrees. You know what I'm saying? I know how to
Yeah.
talk when it's time to talk, intellectual. But I am me. So I love being me because there's only one me in the world, and that's me. So
Yeah.
I focus on that, man. And then, like I said, anytime I think it's a loss, it's like I'm looking at a lesson and I'm learning from other people. So I try to learn every day because as a
Mm,
man and as a human, nobody perfect. So
yeah.
I'm learning from
Yeah.
you. I'm learning
Yeah.
from other men who are around. But I'm learning. I'm still learning from my uncle. I'm learning from
Yeah.
his son who is now a father and he's a
Yeah.
businessman. I'm learning from my cousins, my little cousins, my son. So I love learning. And ever since I've took that approach, it's been opening doors for me and my
Mm,
family. So the path that I'm on right now, I don't really too much think I'm gonna change. But
yeah.
it took some time to be like, oh, I don't care what what I'm saying, because I used to always
Yeah.
try to help everybody, and you can't do that because
Can't.
some people are masked. So like me, I'm real and authentic. So I and that's why I don't get caught into nobody because some people portray themselves as one, and then it's like You can go to their crib and it's like, bro, you doing all this and it's not
Yeah.
even what you
That's
portray
not
it to be.
reality.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I just try to make sure I'm not one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? And I don't judge. I don't judge nobody because I ain't go to school to be a lawyer or nothing like that. So, so I just try to take it a day at a time, bro. And I learn something every day. I try to stay super humble. I and I just try to help people as much as I can, bro, without getting taken advantage of. So, and I feel like I try to love on my wife every day. I love on my son every day. Like you said, you give affirmations. I give affirmations as well. But it's also sometimes it's like at the end of the day, my son a kid. And some parents can get caught into trying to make their kid grow up faster than they need to. So it's a
Yeah.
process, man. It's a process, and the process ain't gonna just happen overnight. But as long as you kind of stay consistent and work hard at whatever your goals is, like it fall in place, man. Everything will fall in place, and that's why I said ever since I've had this approach, everything been falling into place. Even if I don't want it to fall in place, it's like God is steady showing me, hey man,
Yeah.
I got this plan for you, man. You can keep trying to do all this, but you're gonna eventually see this is what you need to be doing. So I mean, that's why I said you gotta be humble, take a step back and think sometime and talk. Some people need to have talks to themselves, man, and really figure yourself out, man. But you can't figure yourself out if you trying to figure everybody else out.
No, that's facts, bro. That's facts. I, I, I was gonna ask you with the so basically, well, actually no, actually let me dive into it too because you broke that down well. So let me break it down for me as well. So I was gonna say like I've dealt with that as well, right? We've all dealt with some pushback, right? In some sense, I dealt with that a lot, but especially when I moved, right? When I moved,
Mm-hmm.
um, coming from California, that's all I've known, right? And we prayed about it, we talked about it, and we was like, we finally figured out what we wanted to do, and we said Texas. Now it's crazy because this all happened. We moved to Texas within like 8-9 months, right? And so, family and friends, again, I knew it was out of love, but they didn't want me to leave, right? Which is understandable. But then I had to make the decision what was more important because I love the weather,
Mm-hmm.
right? I love the weather, obviously being from California, and I love my family, I love my friends, right? But I love my family more, and I'm talking about like the family that God helped me create, right?
Grown man business, man.
Right? As a father, that comes first, and there's gonna be people that don't understand that, and that's okay, right? Because at the end of the day, no matter how much I can love the weather as much as I want, but at the end of the day, is that worth maybe me not flourishing like I could be somewhere else, or my kids flourishing somewhere else like they could be, right? And since we moved out here, my kids have been doing. They were already doing good at school, but I feel like they're doing even much better, right? Like they went up a whole nother level, right? When it came to school, my kids is really their personality is coming out more. I'm meeting a lot of good people, right? Like you, for example. So I looked at it like, man, what's more important? Is it me being comfortable
That's what
or
it
me
be.
getting out of my comfort zone?
Yep, that's what it be.
Because if you really want to see God work, you gotta get out your comfort zone.
Got to be able to adapt, man.
You have
Adaptability
to.
is big, man. That's
Yeah,
big time.
it's big. So at times there's going to be things that we do that doesn't make sense, right? Hey, if you choose to homeschool your kids, why are you homeschooling your kids? Or hey, you choose to put your kid in a private school, or you choose to just have your kid at a public school, right? No matter what you decide to do, there's always going to be some pushback and someone telling y'all how it should be
Yep.
for you. But at the same time, you only know you're the only one that knows what works best for your family, right? If you're doing what you're supposed to do as a father, which I know most of you guys is listening, or probably all you guys is listening doing, you know what works best for your family. So you're like, hey, yeah, you might think it's crazy that I have, I don't know, whatever it is, have my son read 3 hours a day. But even though you think it's crazy, my child loves to read, right? My child is winning spelling bees or whatever the case is, right? Because I'm instilling this in my child. So at the end of the day, we got to make sure as fathers, as men, that we have to ignore it. Like you said, bro, you have your degree, bro. You could be working, at some huge company, which is nothing wrong with that. But you're choosing right now. Hey, this is not the path I'm on.
Everybody
That
different,
that
man.
that doesn't make sense for me right now. And what my goals is and what I want to do for my family, right? Because with your degree, shoot, I'm sure you could be making, I don't know, six
I could,
figures right now.
I'd be
You know
doing.
what I'm
I could do
saying?
all right. I could do all right, but it's crazy. I left a job, and it was a good job. I like everybody down here would be like, "This the best job in the run." I'm like, I'm in there. Go
Yeah,
in there. I ain't gonna disclose them. I ain't gonna talk about them. I ain't gonna throw them under the table and smoke them. Cause some people need jobs, man. And that
yeah,
job is a good job for some people. But where I'm at in my life, oh no, I ain't tripping. I know God got a plan for me, and I'm just trying to
yeah.
execute it. So you
And
right,
that's
bro.
what it is, man. That's what it is. Because like I said, bro, you could choose to do things differently, but at the same time, you want to be able to have the impact that you're having with these kids, with
Yeah,
your family, with your son, with your wife, right? Like that is more valuable. Everyone values things differently, but for you, you value your family, and you even said your time. Those things are more valuable to you than a check, right? And we've been taught, right? And I think that's what I think it bothers. Like I be wondering, like, why does it bother some people to be unconventional at times? Like we're getting better, right? Especially with social media and stuff. But why, like, especially from the older generation, right? For us, we're gonna get pushed back. What are you doing? This and this. It's supposed to look like this. Because for so long they were taught, hey, you work the same job for 30 years and then you have your kids and you die, and that's pretty much it,
get
right?
that pension.
Yeah, so I always wonder like why they push back on it, but I think personally, you could let me know what you think. I think a lot of it is just fear based. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's fear of the unknown, bro.
Yeah,
Fear of the
yeah,
unknown, bro. Like that's with everybody, man. Just like you got to take the leap of faith. I know it sounds so easy to do, man, but it ain't. Cause I mean, I be there. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, but like I get affirmations once in a while, cause I'm a grown man, and I always be like, am I doing the right thing? As soon as I start thinking that somebody, yeah, I see what you're doing and all that, and that's just like a sign from upstairs, man. Cause we
facts.
all gonna go through them times where it's like, man, I'm wasting my time. Like I said, I'm serious though about that. I don't want to be in no warehouse or no big old building helping somebody else get rich. I'm gonna be doing myself a disservice and the world and God, because that ain't what I'm supposed to be doing. Even though I can, and that's what people get caught. Like even though they can do something, they be afraid to really figure out what they supposed to really be doing. So
Mm,
that's the fear thing. It's like, bro, I know for a fact I'm getting $30 from here. Why I'm
yeah,
finna try to do this, bro, when I ain't finna get no money for 3 months, bro? I gotta argue with my
yeah.
wife. I gotta people looking at me like I'm crazy. You wanna do this, when it's like you just had that, but it's all good. Cause once, like I ain't looking for no bag, but the bag gonna attach to everything, no
Oh
matter how
yeah,
you see it. You know what I'm saying? The bag is gonna come. You just
it's
gotta
gonna
keep
come.
being consistent and do what you do, or do what you're supposed to be doing. So I mean,
That's
bro,
facts. That's bro.
that
You
bag, bro.
actually you actually tapped into something where we're not gonna probably be able to tap into it today. But we'll definitely have to do an episode on this as well. Is like, what do you do? Because I'm sure some of the fathers right now is listening. It's like, man, I want to do this, but I don't even know how to go about it because my wife won't let me.
Bro,
My
your
girl won't
wife,
let me.
your girl. I was about to say, not even your wife all the time, bro. Because it's
Your
like, hey,
girl won't let you.
think about this, man. I heard somebody say, somebody that got a lot going on ain't got no time for like, businessman. Really, bro. How you gonna really run your business if you sitting there laying down, laid up? Like sometimes it's sad to say, like some people just want to have you in the situation, the position that they in. So it's like, I see you on the rise. I'm gonna tell you, come lay down, man. But you can go close on a master deal. But hey, come lay down. Let's what? watch Netflix and drink some wine, and then you know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah, yeah,
hey
yeah.
man, when you get a certain age, it's like, man, some of that stuff don't be worth it, man. So it like you said, it be a bag, it be all other stuff. Like some people, men too, men are like we like creatures, man. We like beautiful creatures, man. You got some crazy ones, you got some people that's headstrong, you got some
Yeah.
weirdos, you got some people who on both sides of the fence. You got all type of stuff going on. It's a lot going on. So to be strong and have discipline, bro, that's what it be boiling down to. It's like you gotta have discipline. Something even if you got that job and you got somebody telling you you shouldn't be trying to do this. Hey, keep that job, stack that bread, then still chase whatever you chasing on the side because that job that you're going to may be able to actually fund whatever you scared to do. So I was kind of thinking that like, I should have finessed them out of some, But
Yeah.
like I said, I wasn't tunnel. I wasn't locked all the way in when I was just making moves instead. And I'm a very strategic person. No, we got to be planned. Stuff got to be properly planned, man. We like proper preparation prevents poor performance, bro. If you properly prepare yourself, you're gonna be perform when you're gonna be ready to perform when it's time to perform, bro. You're gonna be ready to perform, like you said. Your son reading books, bro. I guarantee he gonna be able to speak clearly. He's gonna be able to pass tests. He's gonna be able to think a lot more. Like that's what we got to do. We got to get back to the real reading,
Yeah.
exercising. This is I'm telling you, bro. That mind, body, and soul is real, bro. Like we don't know how to be affectionate and show all generosity and do all that because we ain't real with ourselves, bro. You know what I'm saying? So as we get out mind, body, and soul. You ain't got to read no book for 3 hours a day like Shondel's son do, but read a book for 15 minutes. Then move from
Yeah.
15 to 30. That is better than not. You know what I'm saying? People just so caught up in watching TV or sitting on the couch booties, and in these phones. You could have an app read a book to you, and you can listen. So it's so many
Facts.
ways right now,
Facts.
bro, where you can self improve yourself, and that's what this pod is really, really, bro. It's like a self improvement. Yeah, it's not superheroes, just fathers, but bro, we all need to improve as men, as fathers, as
Facts.
sons, as husbands.
Facts.
So, bro, we just gotta work hard at improving ourselves, man. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be, it's a happen. It'll happen, man.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take place. Oh, and to be fair too, I look y'all just in case y'all think Junior, my son, he don't read 3 hours.
No,
I'll
I
use
know.
that example. He'll read at least like 2-3 books, but 3 hours I wish. Like no, he be like, Dad,
That's
this
a
is too
long
long. What the
time.
heck you trying?
Yeah, that's a long time. I'm asleep,
What
boy.
you doing, Dad? What you doing? I'm about to go to bed. But
Yo,
but no, y'all, yeah, like what Lamar says. Well, I would encourage y'all as a man, we always have to have a plan, right? Any successful man that you ever speak to has a plan. A man without a plan is lost. No matter what your plan is. Everyone's family, everyone's structure is going to look different, right? So, like, I remember my boy, when I joked with him, my boy Jason, I was like, oh, come to Texas. Da, da. And he was like, man, I'm supposed to be here. And I had to respect that. Like, yeah, of course, man. I was joking with him, but at the same time, I knew he was serious. Like, no, I'm supposed to be here. And I'm like, yes, you are. Because everyone's life and everyone's structure for their family looks different. You know what I mean? People may want you to do this, do that. But what is best for your family? And then everyone's going to be looking like, oh, man, Lamar, how you doing this? How you doing that? Right? You like, wait, you the same dude that was calling me crazy for doing this. And now you acting like you've been down with this plan this whole time. Um, so I just wanted to encourage the fathers with that. And one more thing too, don't share your vision with everybody, y'all.
yeah, facts.
Whatever it is for your kids, whatever it is for you, for your family, don't share it with everyone. Pick and choose those that really are for you, right? Those that's going to really give you the real. Hey, are you sure? For example, you sure you want to try to homeschool your child when you work 10 hours a day? How's that going to work? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. Let me figure out how I want to make this move. You know what I mean? But they're going to give you the real. Or oh yeah, I'm about to homeschool. Oh man, okay, cool. You going to do that? Well, remember you work 10 hours a day. Are you gonna cut back some of your hours? You know what I mean? Instead of someone, well, you homeschool. Why would you do that? You're not smart enough. You're not educated enough to do it. How? You don't need that. You don't need that type of energy. So just be aware of that, y'all. Just, don't share your vision with everyone. Make sure it's someone you really trust that's really for you. You know what I mean? Because so many times we have people, we don't realize it, but they're wanting us to fail for whatever reason.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. So just be conscious of that, y'all. But like always, y'all, make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. We appreciate y'all so much. And yeah, like always, guys, y'all don't have to be perfect. Remember that. Y'all don't have to be perfect, but you always have to be present. We'll see y'all.
Love.